considering I'm the one technology repels. But here we are, right? It's forcing us to learn new things. But
Mm.
welcome to Lunch and Learn. If you are new here, just know we do have a Lunch and Learn Facebook page that you can go where you'll find the recording. Also, the recording is on, put it onto YouTube. And so I don't promise anything because Jen's going to give us some stuff. Jen has already given me what she's about to train on. Just know that. Um, I have it. I will post it when I post a recording. I make no promises until Monday. Most times it's on there by tomorrow. But just know, I know you're all going to blow the phone up. I know because she's incredible. She's one of the best teachers we've ever had the privilege to be on Lunch and Learn. And so I know you're all going to go nuts. Like, I need what Jen said with this. Now, the other thing I want you to keep in mind too, if you're new to social media and especially Facebook, it's not that I'm not monitoring that Facebook page every day. So I just want you to know that. A lot of you all help each other, right? Naturally. But the biggest thing to know is if someone comments on something like from a year ago, it moves it to the top. And so sometimes you'll see like a
I've listed a lot of things.
girls, can you mute? Some of you aren't muted. Can you mute for me really real quick? Everyone hit mute. And I'll go back through here in a minute, but just because it creates an echo when our speaker goes. And we want to make sure when people hear the recording, they can hear that efficiently. But just know on Facebook, I'm not monitoring it enough where sometimes I see the messages or my office girl does, and it'll all of a sudden, like if someone comments on something or a posting or a graphic or something, it puts that at the top. So just know if you ran across something you're trying to look for, you might have to scroll through there a little bit. I only created it because some people needed another place. I fought against it forever, but so we have over 50 people on today already so far. So I'm really excited about that. But welcome. No, you can join that. Don't panic if you can. It's just Jennifer and Lo on YouTube. You won't have the graphics on, the handouts or anything on YouTube, but you can at least watch the video, okay? This is a safe place for, I don't care if you just signed your agreement, whatever division you are all the way to national, it does not matter. Anybody can be part of these lunch and learns. So if you have some friends that you think this could benefit them, always invite them, include them. And I just always want us to be really respectful. So please do not bombard our speakers' inboxes because they are literally taking the time out of their busy schedules with a go give heart. Some of you might not ever, depend on what division you're in, might not ever meet the speaker, right? Or be in their space. And I understand thank you, Sandy. Yes. Um, Sometimes it's hard. Like we want, but try to be just so courteous of that because we're all busy, right? And so we have the honor today to have one of my dearest friends on. We have been doing Mary Kay Life together. I don't even know how long. Don't even know. I don't know. Probably since we've both been in. How long have you been in, Jen?
25 years. I think
Oh, yeah, same. Yeah, I was like, I thought we came in.
I think it's the same. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've been in, but she is partner in crime. I love her dearly. We're in the same national area. So we've known each other for 25 years and been growing our business. And she is a future national sales director. And so she's building her national area. It's huge. She's in Canada. I'm not going to share too much because she might want to share some of that stuff with you today. But Jen, I just love you. I love everything about you, how our lives have intertwined in not just business, but in personal life. And you're the real deal. And Mary Kay Corporate and our company needs you as a national. You are exactly what this company needs. You're on the right path, the right vision. And I'm just so honored to know you and get to watch you and be one of your biggest cheerleaders. And I just want to thank you. I know you're really excited about this training, so I'm going to let you get going. But thank you so much for taking time to pour into everybody today. And I'm going to shush up and let you go.
Okay. Actually, it's kind of funny because I'm really not going to share anything about myself.
Okay,
I'm just going to go straight. But
yeah, that and I ruin it.
no, that's great. Yeah. So for those of you that don't know me, just like you just heard, I've been with Mary Kay 25 years. So, and you guys, the whole purpose of this training is to tell you something I have not accomplished, but I have accomplished so many amazing things. And so, man, I can't complain. I can't complain, but I've never actually been in the company's court of sales. And so that might surprise some of you. But it became my mission after hearing several things at seminar this last year. So I'm sure even those of you that heard seminar online, you might be picking up on some of the things that I also heard. But one of the things that I have learned over all the 25 years, one of the biggest things I've learned is that growth creates complexity and complexity can tend to kill growth. Okay. So I needed to find something that fit my personality and that was very duplicatable when it came to achieving court of sales. So that's my goal this year. And so kind of like decorating. I mean, have you guys ever thought, okay, don't tell me to create something, but show me a Pinterest picture and I can recreate it? Yeah. Some of you might have seen the whole state fair thing that we just did. Yeah, all of that whole decorating thing. Yeah, I'm the one that put that together, but I got that off of a Pinterest picture. I did not come up with that design on my own. So sales is like that for me, you guys. Like sales have never been my strongest area, but I love to work with my customers. And so I knew I needed to just tweak something. I just wasn't sure what it was going to be. But during seminar, a lot of us heard about this amazing tool, which was put together by $1 Million Sales Director Tandy Fisher. And so she came up with this tracking system for customers to get them on more of our product lines. And so like as many as possible. And so what I want you guys to do, I want you to write down some things, and then I have everything you will possibly need, including what I'm about to tell you, but you might jot it down so you just don't go crazy thinking to yourself, oh my goodness, like how am I going to remember this? But you're going to want to watch Tandy Fisher's 3 instructional videos on everything I'm getting ready to share, and it's on pajamagraphics.com. And you just go to the Go Give tab. So that's Erin Marlowe's consultant and sales director. So both of us can be a part of pajamagraphics.com, but you do not have to subscribe to see these videos. So go to the Go Give tab and you want to scroll all the way. It's pretty far down on the Go Give tab, and you're going to want to watch Tandy Fisher's instructional videos on this to fully understand the training that I'm going to go over. But you guys out there, she's got Canva links, documents, everything you can possibly want to make this completely your own. But this is called the 45 to Thrive. So some of you might be going, oh, that's what she's going to talk about. So I think a lot of people have already gotten into it. But the idea behind the 45 to Thrive is you get 45 customers on $1,000 worth of product, which totals $45,000, right? Which is what the Court of Sales is this year. And so when you break that down, I needed it broken down because that to me sounds like, again, Court of Sales. Oh my gosh, it just sounds like so much to me, but it's $83 per customer per month. Or let's say you're like, well, I don't have people that order $83 every single month. Think of it this way, $249 per customer for the 45 customers per quarter. Okay. But then keep in mind, you're going to have other random sales out there that is going to go towards that monthly amount that you need to hit that Court of Sales. But for me, you guys, selling has to be made into something fun. And you guys, this tool is so fun. Okay. So I do want you to watch the videos. It will make a lot more sense once you actually watch the videos, and then you can even rewatch what we're doing today. But I'm going to show you just what I've done with it. And so it's going to make more sense though once you watch her videos. But I'm going to show you the notebook that I put together that she teaches you how to put together. I'm going to show you all the tools that I'm using that she offers. But you guys, there's so many more things she offers that I'm just not even using all of it. I'm just using what I needed to make it my own. Okay. And so I thought, the way I was trying to think, how am I going to do this in the best way possible for you guys today? So I think the way that I felt like it'd be most helpful is if I just showed you baby steps when I got home from seminar, how I just started making it work for me right then. Because here's the deal. I had all of these customer orders waiting for me when I got home from Dallas. I think I had 9. And I was like, well, now I want to put this into place, but now I've got these reorders that have to go out in the next 24 hours after I got home. So I'm going to show you what you need to do so that in 1 hour from this training, after you're done listening, you can actually take a reorder that you have sitting there in 2 hours, and you can actually launch this into working for you, but worry about perfection later. How many of you guys hear these trainings and then you're like, oh my gosh, there's so many moving pieces. Like, I've got to have it be perfect before I ever put it into place. You guys don't. I'm going to show you exactly what you have to have. And then all the other moving pieces can be done later. Okay. So here's what I did right when I came home. Number one, I took my PCP list, my customer list, and I found 45 customers that I wanted to launch this program with. Now, you guys, I've been with the company 25 years, so I had 45 customers. You might be thinking, Jen, I have 2 customers. Great. Start with your 2 customers. It doesn't matter how many customers you have, so don't let that wig you out, okay? Start with whoever you've got, whether you're brand new in the company or you've been around for a million years, okay? Number 2, I made a decision on the actual documents. She has a lot of them. I made a decision on the documents I had to do that very day that I got home from seminar to actually put it into action right that very second, because there's a lot of moving pieces that you can do. And I just was like, okay, perfection is going to kick in if I try and do it all, right? So I'm going to show you exactly what I printed off. 2 pieces of paper. Okay. She's got a million. 2 pieces of paper is what I printed off to make this work for me for that very second. Okay. And then there's other things you can print off and that you can do later, but that's all for the perfection time. Okay. And this is not for the perfection time. So the third thing is I'm going to show you the documents that I printed off. So the 2 documents, she's going to show you all these documents. I'm just going to show you 2 things that you need to print off to actually make it start working for you right away. The sample tracker sheet and this coupon sheet. That's it. Okay. Sample tracker sheet. And that I'll tell you what this all is, but those are the only 2 things you absolutely have to. So if you are sitting here going, oh my goodness, I'm going to go out and listen to these videos, but I don't know where to start. Just do those 2 pages. That's it. Print off those 2 things. That's it. Okay. So you're going to be able to see that this little coupon sheet, it says $10 off a $40 purchase. I took this sheet. Now I've done some different things since then, and I'm going to show you what I now have perfected. But this little sheet of paper, I cut them into squares and I just literally stuck them in the reorder sacks that very day. Okay. So don't get all fancy because you don't need to, but I'm going to show you what I did to make it more fancy. But this is all you need at first. Print off the sample tracker sheet and the coupon sheet. Okay. That's it. And if those of you have already dived into 45 to Thrive, you're probably like, wait a second, I did all these other things. That's fine. But for those that have never heard of this, just print off those 2 sheets. Okay, then she tells you to get a notebook. So this is the notebook that I got off of Amazon. And I learned the hard way. You need the 1.5-inch ring. I literally ordered the one that's the smaller one. I had to send it back. So I'm just telling you what I did. So it's the big, thicker one. And the 1-inch one, like for example, something from Dollar Tree, totally will work at first. But for later, you're going to want the bigger, the fatter one. Okay. And she's also going to tell you to get the A through Z. She has this, and she tells you to get clear protectors, a whole thing from Amazon. I have an Amazon shopping list ready for you guys, so you really don't even have to write this down. But she's going to tell you to get the A through Z tab dividers for this notebook and sheet protectors. And so she ends up having you actually put it in the notebook. The very first thing I have in here is my sample tracker. This is how crazy it gets. And then she's got, sorry, I should have thought through this and then she's got the A through Z, and then you're going to end up filing a bunch of stuff in here. But those are the things that she's going to have you buy. Okay. Now, again, you don't have to buy these things, but those are the things she's going to tell you to do. Okay. So, initially, I just printed off those gift certificates and I just cut them up. Okay, so that's all you need to do. What she's going to have you do, you'll be able to see on here, you have to put an expiration date. So she has you pick 2 samples for each customer, like just in the reorder sack. Pick 2 samples that are things that your customers are not using. So she likes to pick a skincare sample and a body care, or a skincare sample and a glamour sample, something like that. Then on this was a lot for me to like get my mind wrapped around. There's a reason I'm not in court of sales, and now I know why. Because I did not want to do what she told me to do, and I did it, and now everything's going beautifully. She wants you to put on here an expiration date of 2 weeks later. Okay, my gift certificates, you guys, in the past, I'm like, oh, I'll give you a whole year. Okay, that's probably why I wasn't in the court of sales. Okay, she wants you to put an expiration date of today's date that you dropped the sample off in the bag, and then 2 weeks later. And you have to do that, okay? So you need to put the 2 samples in there. Here's the thing. Sorry, I'm getting off track on my notes. But the reason that you need a tracking system, you're already probably figuring this out, is because how many of us give samples in reorder sacks and then randomly you never follow up because you have no idea what you put in the sack, right? Okay, well, this is a very strategic system where you have to write down, you have to keep track of what you're giving your customers. So the customer, it has to be very customer specific on what sample you're giving to them. So this is not, I know it's more exciting to think about this, but it's not a willy-nilly sample of the month club. You guys, that's what I always did before. Okay, I always did sample of the month, never really followed up. So my personality is I love tracking. So for me, this was very exciting. Now, for others of you, this might seem overwhelming at first because it's very specific to each customer. But you guys, it's worth it. I've seen $1,000 increase in my personal sales. Keep in mind, I'm not the salesperson, right? I've never, 25 years, never been in court of sales. Okay, there's a reason for that. I've had $1,000 plus increase in my sales since I've gotten home from seminar. Okay, so it's worth it to try and retrain your brain to do something like this. So I've learned along the way, though, some hard lessons. So I'm going to share some of those with you at the end, but I'm going to keep going. So moving along, now you've decided on the 2 samples for each customer bag that she's not using. You're going to make up a little goodie bag. So I got drawstring bags for mine. Cello bags are terrific too, but I got drawstring bags. I also take a sample. I'm just going to show you. I take like a sample of the new concealers and I put a product description card with it. Now I've got this all ready for you, so don't panic. Okay, I've got these all ready. I just happen to put a product description thing with every single sample. I've been doing it for a long time, and so for me that wasn't a big deal, but I have them for you. Then I put a piece of candy in the cello bag with it. And just something that won't melt. Okay, and that's basically it. It's just stuff that they aren't using, piece of candy in a drawstring bag, and then they get their little gift certificate in the drawstring bag as well. So pro tip though, you absolutely, one thing you need to put in place that I had to learn the hard way is before I leave my office, after I do that reorder sack, I have got to write down in my calendar to follow up with that person 3 days prior. Okay, 3 days prior. So whatever you write down on here, you need to make sure you have a time that you're writing it in your calendar. Hey, I got to follow up with Sally 3 days before this expires. Otherwise, we just go back to our old habits, right? Where we're not following up, we don't know what samples we gave them, so on and so forth. So that is why it's so important. The sample tracker sheet is going to become your best friend. You're going to write down her name. You're going to write down what you gave her as a product. You're going to write down the expiration date. And that's it. And then your job is just to follow up on those dates. Okay. A few things I learned the hard way. I made the assumption that my customers were opening my very fun, festive looking bags that I give them. You guys, my bags look like you're getting a gift. Okay. It's just like my thing. I love to do it. I don't have assistants do that for me. I love to put the tissue in there, the stickers, all this stuff. Okay. Come to find out, those bags that I make look so cute, which is totally fine. It's just my personality. So I do it for myself more than anything. But those bags are sitting on the counter for over a week. Okay. I didn't know that they weren't opening the bag and seeing that the samples were in there. So had to learn that the hard way. So now when I drop off the bag, I say, hey, I delivered your bag, which I never do. Okay. Like I deliver products to people's doors all day. So I never even think to text them, hey, your bag's there. Cause they know after 25 years, the bag is there when they get home from work. But now I say, hey, I stuck a couple of brand new things for you to try in the bag. And there's a fun coupon for you in there as well. That way they know, oh, I better open the sack because she put a fun little coupon in there for me. Then had to also learn, doesn't matter that I say that to over half the people. So a few days later, I say, don't forget that the samples are in there. But even if you don't forget, even if you forget that middle kind of text, hey, don't forget the samples are in there again, just at least do the one message where you say, hey, samples are in there. And then 3 days before say, hey, I just want to remind you that coupon expires in a few days. So don't forget to try the samples. You guys, I've been doing that actually all morning this morning. Almost every single person's like, oh my gosh, I am so glad you reminded me those samples are in there. I'm going to go try them. And nobody says, oh, why? I don't care. I don't care about samples. They don't say that. They're so glad that you reminded them that there's a $10 off coupon in that sack. And the other thing Tandy says is don't worry about what they spend it on. It doesn't have to be the product that they're not using. It can be on anything you want, but you're trying to help them get on more product lines by showing them products that they don't currently use. Okay. So, then here's kind of the other thing that you can print out. So there were 3 things that I ended up printing out at least within the first week of me coming home from seminars. So the next one that you want to print out when you start getting into the perfection mode and you want to go all out with the 45 to Thrive is you want to print out this customer profile sheet. Now, at first, you guys, I thought, oh gosh, we were taught to go digital with this stuff and we've got our customer profile sheets and all of that. But here's the thing. I went ahead and did it. I picked out just my strongest customers and I printed these out and I'm like, okay, it's just one more step. And I filed them in my notebook under the A through Z tabs, just like she told us to. But you guys, when you're trying to decide what that customer doesn't use, you don't want to be taking the time to
We're
go
good to
through
go.
all of their customer orders and have to figure out.
This is definitely our problem
Um,
here. See, this piece here is supposed to be,
Jenny, do you like,
it's not
I
supposed
don't
to be
know,
able to
I get
move, but it's
distracted
only
when people are.
supposed to move on
I
this
just can't
little
find
cam here. Is this cam spin,
looking, but
which we can kind of see.
got it.
Perfect. So distracted, you guys. It's like squirrel. Okay. So I ended up doing it. I ended up filing my customer profiles just like she wanted me to in my little sheet protectors. But you guys, here's the thing. When you start actually filling these out, you're going to be really surprised at how many things your customers aren't using. So you can't really see it very well, but you just basically mark on here everything she's using. And the Canva links, you can actually change these products, whatever, like hydrogel eye patches. If you don't have very many people on that, change it to something else, whatever. But you guys, it runs through everything. Miracle Set, Repair, Serum C, Oil Free Eye Makeup Remover. And the goal is with each customer that you're filing in your notebook, you're seeing right there all the things that she is using. But you know what happens? You start looking at all the blank spots, which is the whole goal. You want them on a lot more product lines than they're on. But you guys, I don't know why, after all these years, seeing it here in front of my face when I'm just quickly trying to figure out from Sally, what is she not using? She already uses a ton of products. In my mind, I'm thinking she uses a ton of products because she's been my customer for a long, long time. I figured her whole sheet would be filled. No, it's not. She's never bought mascara from me. She's never bought body wash from me. She's never bought charcoal mask, all these things. And I'm like, well, have I even told her about those things? I don't know. She's been my customer for a long, long time. So you guys, right away, when I go to fill Sally's sack, I'm like, oh, these are the things she's not using. Those are the items I need to put in with the coupon. Okay. So you don't want to have to go through, because part of this that could seem overwhelming is, gosh, how am I going to remember what everybody's using so quickly? Like, I need something fast. Well, the point of having all of this filed in here in this notebook is just so that really quick you can go to Sally's page and go, oh, well, she's not using eyeshadows. I'm just going to stick some eyeshadows in there, whatever. So another tip that I will say is I have been making a lot of my own samples, and I have this on my shopping list. I have an Amazon shopping list already for you guys. So you can see all the different things that I've found that are very inexpensive, but you can buy in bulk. For example, Dollar Tree used to have the little cello bags for really cheap. You can now buy four little drawstring bags from Dollar Tree for $1.25. No. Okay. So now I get a bag of like 100 or 200 at a time for like $7. Okay. So I have all of that already for you in a shopping list. But one of the things that I ended up finding out is I have these, this is also on the shopping list. These are liquid. You're able to actually put liquid in these Ziploc bags. And so it's a really strong seal. And then there's actually a tab for you just to rip it so that the customer can just rip it open and squeeze out the body wash or the lotion or whatever. Okay. So I'll even put like new confidently you perfume dry oil. Okay. And then I put just some on the cotton ball. Okay. So I'll do things like that. So just know that you might need to make some of your own samples because there's going to be a lot of products that like the body wash and the scrub and all of those things. Like when the coconut shower gel and lotion came out, those were so easy. I made up a bunch of those ahead of time because nobody had tried those. So that kind of did turn into the sample of the month club because I knew nobody had tried those. And so that kind of simplified things. So just know that every quarter, you're going to be able to have some things that are like, well, nobody's tried these. And so I did start making, this is from Dollar Tree. I ended up putting command strips on it and I just stuck it to my little place where I get all my bags ready and stuff. And so I did pick some things ahead of time. I got samples that the company had of the new concealer. Don't freak yourself out with this. Just pick like 3 main colors. I found that the light number 2, the light number 3, and the medium 1 are pretty much the range of the ivory, the deep ivories, and the light beige. That's the colors that you can just start there. You don't have to go crazy with it. Like, don't feel like you have to get very specific. Because you'll get someone interested and then they'll say, Jen, this wasn't my color. Can I get together with you and pick out another color? Great, but they know they liked it. So, and then I have in here, then I would also put the little tabs for concealer and the new under eye corrector. And then I'm also making my own of the cheek. And you guys, little tip. I don't know if anybody's told you this yet. You might be able to see it. You just want to put a little dot, just do a little pin dot of these. Don't pull off the whole silver tab because it's a disaster. Anyway, that's just a little tip. And so I get little jars that I put those in. And so I just have all of that ready to go. So like this one is, I ended up doing this morning for this customer. So I thought I'd show you. So it's just a little bit in there. I just wrote on the end that this is the Coral Kiss. And then I put an applicator and that's what I'm giving her. Okay. So, I'm trying to think of anything else. So I guess I'm saying every quarter, it's kind of nice because you know that nobody's tried the under eye corrector. You know nobody's tried the brand new concealers. And so those can be just quick things that if you don't have time to look up the customer profile and what they're using or not using, you can always know they have not tried the new concealer and under eye corrector and the cheek colors. So just have those ready and those will be ready to just, quickly do. And I think I have time. I wanted to show you guys, if I had time, I wanted to show you this, and I do. It's just something I had fun with this year. So I already made up for my open house, something that I wanted to show you. So I took the new dry oil and they're so cute. I made my own little vials where it's a little roller ball. It reminds me of Avon, like back in the day with the little. Okay, but anyway, and I made my own labels that say confidently you. It's so cute, right? Okay, so I made these And they're on my shopping list for you guys. They're tiny. You can't tell, but these are itty bitty. Okay. And then they'll have their own little thing of dry oil. And then it promotes the Confidently You perfume. So when the dry oil runs out, don't worry, because they're going to fall in love with that perfume. And it is kind of nice because you know that the perfume can be a little bit stronger. I like lighter scents, so they're gonna fall in love with it because it's a really light scent when it's in this little, the dry oil. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys that little tip as well. I'm sure there's a lot that I could share with you guys. I wanted to kind of do this all at once, but you guys need to go out and watch Tandy Fisher's videos because you're going to be blown away. But I do have everything for you, like it's already completely ready. Like I can go and put it in Jenny's Lunch and Learn thing, even right away if you need me to. It would be really easy. So, Jenny, do you want me to take questions?
Yes. Okay. So I think most of them answer their questions in there. That was incredible. And Jen did, because in that you have all her handouts, and it's not the videos that you have linked. Or did you send that too in what you
No,
sent
I
me?
didn't. I actually did not, but I can do that. But really, the pajamagraphics.com, go to the Go Give. All of her videos are there. The only thing I have besides my Amazon link and all that is the actual packet of the 45 to Thrive. And that's really actually all they need. That's all you need. But watching her videos is kind of fun because you see all of her brain behind it.
And for those of you who have not, so Tandy got that idea. She is a top director, Brenda Howe, and she taught us years ago how to do. It was her 40 customers to national. That's what she did. 40 customers to national sales. And so Tandy kind of took that. I don't know. I had Brenda Howe on here. I don't know, what was that, a year or two ago? And she did the kind of same, but she even makes this whole thing across her wall. Like in her is like a whiteboard, like when you went to school, like giant
No,
across one wall of her office. And she tracks it that way too, and like had made all these things. Anyway, but Tandy kind of tweaked it, made it more modernized and kind of go with some of the things we have now. But it's incredible. And when I did Brenda's thing, the very first time, that's when I did natural cortisol, and I've done it time and time because once you
so glad to hear that.
sometimes you have a sweat star, sometimes you have a sweat year of a natural core, and then it just happens because you
Oh. That
so
makes me feel so much better. I haven't heard
yeah.
anybody that, most people think I've probably done court of sales. And so I was like, I got to try something. But this made sense to me. And I was like, I've got a lot of customers. Just what am I doing wrong? And so, listen, I can't see the questions. I'm on my phone. So I don't know. Is
Okay.
there,
Yeah.
I
Does
don't
the
know.
yes, so it's only the cute now. What I heard, what Jen said, the the expiration is purposeful. You need to have it
Yes.
expire in 2 weeks, but you're also sending the messages of that, right? So if you're
Yep.
not doing that part, that's probably the biggest glitch is if you're not doing, hey, I put a goodie in there where they're having time. Hey, did you try the sample? You have to, because girl, they could keep a sample in a bag in their bathroom. How many has done that? Give people samples.
No,
It takes 10 years to try it. And like, oh, for crying out loud, that was a waste of my money. But if you're messaging them 2 or 3 times about it, you're gonna think that's annoying, but no, it's not. It's not.
no, they're so glad.
I
I'm
need reminders.
honestly shocked. Yeah.
Yeah, they love it. I'm like, girl, I put some special in there for you. I know you're gonna love. Like, I need you to try it. It's for you, a gift for you. So where do I find the shopping? We're gonna get all that. So if you're just joining, if you weren't on here in the very beginning, don't worry. Jen has created everything. This video, along when we get it put on YouTube, along with what Jen's talking about, we'll post in the Lunch and Learns page. So if you're not part of the Lunch and Learns, and it's on Facebook, it's Mary Kay Ash. It's kind of vintage dress from an old applause, and she's in a red dress. That's the right group. And then, yeah, you'll have all of that. So do you require the $10 coupon to be used? Well, on the new item. I think you
You
said
know
you
what?
whatever.
Yeah, Tandy said, don't get hung up on it. It's got to be on new items. She said, all you're trying to do is hit Queen's Court of Sales, so we don't care what they use it on. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. I mean, I don't care what they use it on. I just am hopeful that it will help me get them on more product lines, but I don't care. Whatever you want, spend your money on.
Sometimes they might have had their eye on something. They'll use that for that maybe they tried before or something. And I think you're so
Yes.
smart in that. And I think somebody be like, oh, they got to use on this. What if they don't like it? I mean, if you're
Yeah.
trying to use it on a foundation primer, I don't like foundation primer. Why are you wasting getting it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes.
So the value of the coupon, I'm seeing like little tiny things pop
Yeah.
up. So it's $10 off of 40. And it's, you guys, I started panicking. I know. This is why I'm not in court of sales. I just started thinking, oh my gosh, am I supposed to put this in every single sack? Okay. 'Cause, you guys, like, I was like, okay, my customers have never ordered this much in my entire life, which now obviously this is working. They just haven't. I don't know. But anyway, yes, you actually give it to them every single time. It feels a little weird, but yeah, they're ordering a lot now, like a lot. I'm like, oh my gosh, I give it to them every single time. So you guys, I actually had these made. They're really cute. On one side, it's because I didn't, when you print off the sheet, that's when I didn't want to get all caught up in perfection, which was these cute little cards that you can have made. So Office Depot actually is the cheapest. And so at first I thought, oh, I'll have Vistaprint do it or whatever. Nope, it was cheapest through Office Depot. And so Tandy actually she in this packet that you guys are going to see, it's amazing. She gives you a whole sheet of it. So you don't have to do anything. If you don't want to, you can just print it off and cut them up, which is what I did at first. And she gives you one of these just one on a whole sheet, because with Vistaprint or Office Depot, they just want one and then they do the work. And so she actually has, you guys, she has everything figured out. Whatever Office Depot asks for, she's already done it. So it's great.
Yeah. Yeah, will you send me the link for her thing too? So I can put what you provided for us and then the link of her video or wherever you have that. I'm sure you have a direct link. And I'll put
Yes.
in the, or you can either way. But I hope this all helps you all so much. This
Yeah.
is going to be incredible. We're excited. And
Yeah.
then along with this, along with what Jen's going to send me attachments for, we'll get posts and lunch and learns. Obviously y'all can share with whoever and or probably where you heard about this. So whatever I post, wherever you heard about Voxer or Facebook groups you happen to be part of, I will post in those. I will. So just know that. So thank you so much, everybody, for being on. Jen, you're incredible as always, my sweet friend. We're going to cheer her on to National Sales Director. She is someone we need in the forefront. So I love you so much, my dear. Okay. Everyone have a great Thursday.
Thank you.